Will your team win the East? Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. We're going to be going over my list of the Eastern Conference teams and where they're going to stand next season. So let's jump right into things. So we're going to go ahead and start off with first place. What team do I think is going to be the number one team of the Eastern Conference this next season? I honestly feel that really the Boston Celtics really are the number one team in this conference. I think with adding Porzingis to the already two-headed monster scoring team, it's just only going to improve them going forward. Moving on to a second place team, I think Miami is the second best team in that conference. I mean, they literally just made the finals with Jimmy. So I think Jimmy is their outlier. Jimmy Butler is their guy to get them back to any contention. I think they're going to be a tough out, and I think they're really the second best team in this conference. Moving on to my third team, you got to put Milwaukee there. It's Giannis with Middleton. Those two are a dynamic duo. They're going to be contenders every year. I think with they showed weakness last year losing to Miami. I think they're going to be fighting back into contention, but I think they're just slightly behind Miami due to that loss. Moving on to my fourth team, I think it's the 76ers still. Even with James Harden's question on if he's going to return or where he's going to go, they still have Tobias Harris and Embiid, so they're still going to be a threat in that conference. Moving down 5th through 15th, you can place all kinds of teams in there. The Eastern Conference isn't as loaded as the Western Conference, but really the 5th and 6th is not too hard, but you could place a lot of teams in that situation. I think the Cavaliers and honestly the Bulls are the two teams that will be right there towards the bottom there that are going to be trying to fight for top 4 contention. I think Cleveland and Chicago both have really young, talented teams. They might just need one more piece or for their team to just develop and get older with more experience. With the play-in, again, Eastern Conference is not that loaded. I'm going to go with the number one team, the Hawks. Trey, you can't count Trey out. Trey is going to ball out when he wants to. I don't think he's a super consistent basketball player, but again, he can ball. When he does ball out, he's very good. Adding to another team, the Nets. I think the Nets still have a really solid young roster. I think with how not so dominant this conference is, they can get into the play-in. Moving on, I think the Knicks. Knicks, again, talented young team. I could see most definitely that they could make it into the play-in. The last team I really think that could make the play-in really is the Wizards. I think the Wizards had a really good start to this offseason, making those dynamic trades and getting a lot of young pieces. They were close last year, and I think just adding those younger pieces with scorers, I think that they have a decent shot of making the play-in. Going through 11th through 15th, again, this could go to really any order. I think Toronto is probably the best team out of all of them. I think Toronto could possibly make the play-in. You could make the argument. But I just don't see them having as much success as these other 4 teams, just my opinion. Going into the next for 12th, I think the Pacers, again, they have some key pieces, but just nothing that's really showing me that they could really play into the play-in. After the Raptors and the Pacers, these next 3 teams, I don't think they have any shot of making the play-in at all. I think Detroit, I think with their young roster, I think they'll be probably around 13th, 14th. Same with the Magic. I think Detroit and the Magic are going to be right neck and neck together. I think the Hornets are probably going to be the last team. All right, this is my teams for the Eastern Conference in the order that I feel that these teams fall. Let me know in the comments, did your team make it to where you think that they're going to be at? Or do you think that you have a better argument of why your team should be in a different spot? I'm going to be doing another video on the Western Conference and where I feel those teams will stand this next season. So stay tuned for that. But other than that, till next time.